Phew, it looks like we're evenly matched. Regardless, I have to say, you're an amazing fighter, Rosella.
Thanks, Hannah. I can also say the same for you. I'm glad we finally decided to spar after a couple months. Your sword skills are really unique. You remind me of Ignacio in a way since you both have the same fiery passion. He's also an amazing person to be around since like Ming and Atsuko. He's also really good at lifting everyone's spirits up whenever you're having a bad day.
If I remember correctly, he happens to be your boyfriend, right? I recall you and Shibalanke mentioning him a few times. It must have been really difficult for the both of you being separated for this long.
Yeah, and also he has his own problems with his older brother. I feel really bad for what him and his dad have to go through. Their dad is a hardworking man who works in the fields far away from home to make ends meet, while his brother Quirino is a drug dealer with a lot of issues. Ever since their mom passed away 5 years ago, that family hasn't been the same.
Damn, I'm really sorry that happened. I understand how difficult it is losing a loved one. My best friend Akira, who I mentioned is Hikari's cousin a few times, lost both of her parents at a really young age. My dad, being the kind person he is, decided to adopt her, and since then, we've always treated each other like sisters.
Wow, she's really lucky to have an amazing friend that she can call a sister like you. I'll be looking forward to meeting her whenever the day comes when Sibalanke and I visit New Zealand.
Come to think of it, is it me? Or have you actually gotten a bit taller recently? I believe you're almost as tall as me now. Also, how old did you say you were again?
I'm 17. I turn 18 in a few months from now, which is in October. Also, May noticed the same thing. She's also pretty tall herself, so it might come from that.
Hey there, you two. It looks like today is the day we finally meet in person. I also brought a special guest who's been wanting to see you again for a while now, Rosella.
Hello there, Rosella. It's been a hot minute since we last spoke with each other. How have you been these days?
Oh, hey, Miyouji, I've been doing amazing so far. Also, I remember the last time we spoke is when Sibalanke joined Linyan's Discord server 6 months ago.
Yeah, I remember him pranking us that day. Speaking of which, we just came across him working out earlier, and he's a lot stronger than he looks.
Exactly right. I was even surprised myself when I started working out with him on our first day here. By the way, Miyouji, my name is Mahana, but everyone calls me Hannah. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Siyue told me a bit about you. She tells me that you're Mahuika's avatar. After hearing about Rosella, it isn't really that much surprising at this point.
Well, what can I say other than the fact that Rosella and I might be built different? All jokes aside, it's an honor to finally meet the two of you in person. By the way, I happened to run into this lovely person who claims to be from the Maori culture like you, Hannah.
Hello, everyone. My name is Raiyana. I'm the avatar of Rehua, the Maori god of stars. Hannah and I actually know each other, since she's friends with my cousin Aparira, who everyone refers to as April.
Oh, hello, Raiyana. What brings you here in China?
Oh, you know, my desire to see the world and what it has to offer. And also, I felt like China would be a good starting point. Also, one of my inspirations to come here is from a video that iShowSpeed posted from a live stream to see the Great Wall and the other places he went to in person. Another thing about me is that I'm really into anime and novels, so we can easily discuss about those anytime.
I don't know if you ever ran into Ming yet, but she also loves anime, so I know the two of you will get along perfectly. Also, it's nice meeting another Maori avatar, Raiyana.
Heh, I can say the same for you and Lord Sibalanke.
Just Sibalanke will do since we're all friends here, Raiyana. Plus, I'm no different from the ordinary humans to begin with.
Understood, Sibalanke. You're actually a lot easier and more outgoing to communicate with than I originally expected.
Yeah, he's well respected throughout our town El Condor and majority of our Mayan culture through his kindness and also his humor.
El Condor, you say? Why haven't I heard of that place before?
It's a small town located in Mexico. It ain't popular like the other spots such as Cancun from the NBA memes for teams that didn't make it or lose in the playoffs, so it's understandable that you haven't heard of it. But for real though, you should come visit us with Rosella one day since you were mentioning about your desire to see the world earlier. I can guarantee that you're really going to enjoy your time there.
Oh, I'm definitely planning on adding it to my list of destinations. I'll be looking forward to seeing how Mexico is like.
Awesome! I'll be sure to let you know so we can head there at the same time.
I hate to interrupt, but is it just me, or did Rosella actually get taller?
You're not the only one that noticed, Miyouji. Her sister and Hannah were both surprised at first.
Yeah! Also, she's close to the same height as me now.
Last time Rosella and I met in person to record a video for Shauna Colum's channel 7 months ago, we were close to the same height, although she was still slightly taller compared to me.
Yeah, it's crazy how time flies. By the way, I met her sister a few times and she's also pretty tall herself.
Anyways, how has Hoyoverse been treating you these days, Miyouji?
Oh, you know, the usual. No one listening to a word I say majority of the time. Genshin and Star Rail starting to go downhill due to power creep and HP inflation, although Genshin's situation isn't as bad. I can't say the same for Star Rail, because those idiots made it to where you need the version 3 characters to get max stars for the end game modes. And don't get me started with global passives, and the fact that the Amphoria story is fucking 8 to 10 hours long per mission. It got so bad that a lot of content creators quit due to that and Castaris's global passive. And by the way, there will be more global passives coming in the future. Also, Goku and I were one of the first people that tried to warn Da Wei that Xiaoji needs to be fired because he's been ruining their reputation ever since Penacony.
Yeah. Amari is also upset about that. He even said that Phaenon's trailer was awesome, but it's too late since he basically quit after playing a bit of the 3.3 story.
Yeah. I also recall hearing that even Da Wei himself is upset, even as a bookworm myself. This has also been unenjoyable for me, since everything feels ridiculously slow, and a lot of parts are unnecessary compared to Genshin's story, which I enjoy listening to a lot more. Although I understand Genshin isn't perfect either, since they also have their own problems. But compared to Star Rail, the story length is somewhat more reasonable and a lot easier to get into.
Speaking of which, Raiyana, I actually tried requesting Da Wei and the Star Rail dev team to at least split the missions into different sections, like with Genshin's Archon Quest, so players know when to stop and come back to it later. But they hasn't given me a response to it.
Yeah, 9 times out of 10 they laughed about it behind your back after you left the room. Also, I know I say this all the time, but how have you been enduring working for those shitty people for so many years? If I were in your position, I would have already quit by now.
Yeah, I don't blame you at this point, Shiyue. It isn't easy being Hoyo's mascot. Also, it's gotten worse to the point that Xuan made a must-be-stopped video on Xiaoji. And even a YouTuber named Cosmos made a video going in depth about the problems with Genshin and Star Rail's story compared to Wuthering Waves.
Yeah, I remember coming across that video not too long ago. I was the one that shared it with everyone in our group. I also noticed that people in the comments were complaining that ZZZ wasn't mentioned. I've been hearing some good things about that game as well.
I haven't played it either, but from what I've heard from some people, it's pretty much their best game right now.
Anyways, y'all down to grab a smoothie real quick? We know of a really good place nearby.
Oh, sure. I could really go for one right now.
As much as I would love to join you guys, I'm actually waiting to meet with a friend who should be here at any moment. I promised to spar with her before we start hanging out for the day. You two should be familiar with each other, Rosella.
Well, I wish the two of you good luck. Also, it was nice for us to finally meet in person, Cue.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure meeting new friends.
Speaking of which, I hope one day we also get to meet Chang'e in person.
I'll definitely be asking her to set up an arrangement for us to meet one day, Sibalanke. Well, mainly her bunny since Chang'e herself doesn't speak. Hehehe.
A few moments later.
Oh well, if it isn't Shui Ming. I'm surprised I haven't seen you with Rosella's group yet.
Yeah, I've been busy giving Huo Long here a tour around the gym. Also, it's nice for us to finally meet in person, Ziyue.
I can say the same for you. By the way, was Mindy not able to join us today, Huolong?
Yeah, she went to show her cousin and his companion who arrived yesterday around the city, so she won't be able to join us. So I contacted Amari and Olivia, who will both be taking her place later after we finish sparring.
Come to think of it, I remember Rosella telling me that she met you and Mindy in the Red Forest Temple 8 months ago. I wasn't able to join since I had to teach a martial arts class that day since my mom was sick.
Brandon told us about it at the dinner table. Speaking of which, I remember him mentioning how kind-hearted and caring you are towards your friends. You know, they're all really lucky to have you around, especially Rosella and Brandon. But we should save this conversation for after Shiwei and I finish our match.
Right. I wouldn't want to keep the two of you waiting. Let me summon a wooden practice sword for each of you. Now, without further delay, may the best fighter win.
This should be a fun matchup since we're both experienced swordsmen. I wish you good luck, Shiwei.
Thanks. I can say the same for you, Huolong.
Wow, your swordplay is amazing. Chang'e chose you to be her avatar for a reason.
Thanks, Lady Huolong. It's truly an honor being acknowledged by the Chinese Dragon of Fire. I've always had a lot of respect for you since I've heard a lot of stories about you and Lord Zhurong through Mindy growing up. And fast forward to now, where she eventually becomes his avatar, while also gaining a friendly companion such as yourself who she can freely talk with anytime.
Yeah, I'm glad Zhurong decided to choose her as his avatar. She's been an awesome friend to the both of us so far. Also, as I mentioned in the past, Siyue, you don't have to call me that. I prefer to treat everyone as a friend who they can feel at ease around over some being of high importance.
That's exactly why you have a lot of people's respect, Huolong. It's rare to encounter someone as kind-hearted as you. Also, I remember Sibalanke mentioning something similar before you arrived. Speaking of which, his avatar Rosella reminds me of you in some ways. But we should come back to this topic after we finish our match.
Right! We should pick up where we left off before we end up yapping for too long like a Star Rail cutscene.
Wow, their smoothie tastes amazing. Now I understand why you guys like to come here a lot.
I know, right? Siwei and I stop by here a lot with our group of friends.
I've been meaning to ask this for a while now. Are the two of you siblings by any chance? You both resemble each other in a way.
While the second part may be true, we're actually cousins.
I had a feeling that would be it. Also, let me guess. I know this may sound rude, but are you also older than her by any chance?
Really, Jibalanque? I understand the reference, but was that question really necessary?
You don't need to answer that question if you feel uncomfortable, Miyouji.
It's fine, Rosella. I get that a lot anyways. This may come as a surprise, but I'm actually older than her by only a couple years.
Wait, for real? But how do you look so much younger compared to her? You and Rosella look like you're both around the same age. Is there a hidden Chinese fountain of youth that none of us know about?
Well, surprisingly, there is one located in the village where Olivia's family originate from. But it's limited to those who possess a pure heart and suffer from an extreme illness. Olivia also tells me that the reason why they decide to keep it hidden from the outside world is because if more people were to find out, it could potentially lead to chaos.
I was about to ask a question about it, but I just realized the exact reason why it's hidden. Anyways, does anyone remember what happened to Dr. Sebi?
Oh yeah, I remember hearing about what he provided. But now wouldn't be a good time to discuss about it for certain reasons, Hannah. But if I had to guess, you had to have bathed in the pool at one point. Am I right, Miyouji?
Now that I think about it, she has been Hoyo's mascot since the beginning, so that could be a possibility.
I'm gonna leave that for you to wonder for yourselves. Anyways, have you all started the Fate Stay Night collab event yet?
Neither of us had time to start it, but we've seen some bad reviews about it through YouTube titles. We plan on playing some of it tonight when we get home. I hope they didn't make this extremely long as well.
Yeah, as a Fate fan myself, I really didn't enjoy the event. Like, let's be honest here. Your dev team had an entire year to make this the best event story they possibly can.
I wish I knew for myself what they were thinking throughout the entire process for some of the decisions they decided to go with. I'll leave it to the rest of you to find out for yourselves.
Asides from the event, I know y'all have seen how good the free limited 5-star is. Genshin will never, am I right? I know I'm basically a Genshin character, but they still need to get their shit together.
Oh yeah! I was just about to point out that on Pridwin, Archer is apparently a higher tier than Saber for Memory of Chaos currently. By the way, I gave him my Zila gear, including her light cone, and he easily kills every boss from Divergent Universe in one turn when you set him up with the right supports.
Excited to play your ace, huh?
Triple crane wings!
Nice like a good brew. Full-bodied and sweet, my friends. It's Indulge yourself.
Leaving the world!
It ain't over yet. You've arrived, huh?
Let's kick things off with you!
Don't worry. Don't move, okay?
My turn. So much work.
Trace on! Don't think of running. You have nowhere to hide.